Alrighty.
What time do you have?
8:58.
8:58. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that. It's okay. Should we do a sound check? Deb was going to text and say that she could hear or not. We're going to go live at 9 o'clock. Do a sound check. Hope you can hear me well enough. We're going to start at 9 o'clock. Again, I want to thank you for those who are tuning in on Facebook Live. We're going to do these every Monday for a while, so thank you very much. We'll start at 9 o'clock sharp. So it sounds okay?
Yeah.
Good.
Cool.
Can you get the logo in there too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Shameless plug there. Good.
Alrighty.
9 o'clock?
It's 9 o'clock.
Good. Good morning. It's 9 o'clock, Monday, March 30th. Welcome to this edition of Facebook Live Training. This is one way the Chamber of Commerce can stay relevant and help us while we're sheltering in place, quarantining ourselves, or just being smart. Excuse me. This is customer-focused customer service. We've done this for hundreds and hundreds of chamber members. I want to thank Mark Hanab from Yuma for promoting this. I want to thank my team, Rochelle He, Tanya Pavlak, and Diana Wise for just really being an awesome team and rocking and rolling and making it through. I want you to take notes. Again, this is your hour. How we spend our time on this planet, I think, is very, very valuable. Money comes, money goes, things come, things go, but time is the most precious of all commodities. We're on this rock for this long. How we spend that time is important. So this is your hour. Make it the best you can. Hopefully you'll pick up a tip or two. Hopefully you'll pick up at least one. The idea is, one, what do you want to learn? Think about the things when you interface with customers and clients. Think about the things that you do. We know you're probably exceptional at it because you've tuned in. It's amazing. Those folks that do it great want to do it better. And I think that's probably the audience out there today. So again, write down what you want to learn. Think about the things that you do in your normal course of business. What do you want to get better at? What do you want to learn? And make yourself this promise, and write this down. I will use at least one new thing I learned today, making that time that much more special, that much more valuable, and that you use this time very, very well. So what do you want to learn? Think about that, write it down. What do you want to learn? And again, for me, this is new because I'm usually playing to a larger group. So I just have Tanya this morning, so she gets to be the group for us this morning. So next slide, please. Think about this. You have to be ready to deliver great customer service. And that means if you've had that kind of a bad morning, the shoe didn't fit right. I hear this, women all the time, my feet are killing me, but the shoes are cute. So even though your feet are killing you, okay, be ready, be thinking about delivering great customer service. If you're a guy, your back hurts, you did some lawn work, or you're on the ATV too long, forget about that. Be ready to deliver great customer service. Your voice inflection, your body language, your facial expression. I've heard that people over the phone can hear your eyeballs rolling. So think about your attitude when you're talking to people on the phone, thinking about that. Don't let your eyeballs roll. Don't let your voice change. Be focused, be ready to deliver great customer service. Let's flip the script. What that means is be the customer. The customer's calling you because they need something or want something. Something's gone wrong or they want something. So you're going to be providing that. Remember, as you're a customer and you're on the phone wanting something, you're on the phone saying something's gone wrong, I need something. Think of how you want to be treated. Think about flipping the script and how you want to be treated. That's what I mean by flipping the switch. Be the customer, be that person in need, be that person that wants something, needs something, has to have something, or something needs to be fulfilled. Be thinking about that as you deliver customer service. Be that customer. And the question is this is the age-old question, because I'm not sure what the answer is the customer always right? Years ago, Nordstrom's, who created exceptional customer service, if you had a wedding gown and trashed it, had wine on it, you practically destroyed it, you could take it back Monday, they give you a full refund. Well, that was Nordstrom's back in the 80s and 90s, but they finally wrote a book, How to Fire a Customer. Those are going to lean on you, bleed you to death because they're going to complain about everything. But again, you have to think in these terms, yeah, the customer is right until they can be proven wrong. So this is, they're innocent until proven guilty. Let's think all the customers are innocent. In my view, yes, the customer is always right. Okay? Next slide, please. So who defines customer service? And we've talked about this in a lot of different ways. We think we define customer service because there's policy manuals and there's things that are written by corporate or the boss. Here's what you're going to do. But in reality, the customer defines customer service because depending upon the situation, depending upon their need, depending upon what's happening, they're going to tell you if it's right or wrong. They define customer service. They know that this was taken care of correctly and properly. They define customer service. We certainly do not. My favorite is corporate decrees, and I get to pick on Walgreens because they're not a chamber member. But I know that somewhere in the lunchroom there is a big sign hanging somewhere that says, "You will greet all customers." So you walk into Walgreens and you just, and you go, what was that? Somehow this voice came out of nowhere that no one is there to say, but this mumbled "Welcome to Walgreens" thing that may or may not have been said by the potato chips or the gum by the cash register, but I'm not sure. But this grumbled, so the person at the cash register or the cosmetic counter did what the corporate decree said. It said, "You must greet all customers." They're not saying greet them correctly, greet them courteously, greet them personally. They're just saying greet them. So they did what corporate said to do. They greeted them, but they did the right thing wrong. That's doing the right thing, but doing it horribly wrong. There's no injection, there's no customer service training where suddenly I took this session from John Courtis at the Chamber of Commerce and now I got it. It evolves. It takes an attitude change, but there's no curtain down, curtain up. There's no on-off switch. It's an attitude that you've got to take on yourself, that you're going to be prepared to deliver great customer service. And the first step we take in great customer service is giving great internal customer service. Also, if you have questions, please ask those questions on Facebook Live. We'll get them answered to you as quickly as we can. And hopefully you spend this hour to the best of your ability. So the first thing is, do we deliver great internal customer service? Next slide, Tanya, please. This is really important. I can't give good customer service to you until I learn how to give great customer service to my internal team. That's where it starts. That's the incubator. That's really the genesis of great customer service. Great customer service begins in the office, in the factory line, in the shop, whatever. As we deliver goods and services to each other, how do we do that? How do we do that effectively? How do we do that so that people on the receiving end of that say, yeah, I got it? And here's the 1, 10, 100, 1,000 rule. So my point of contact, I've talked to the client, I've talked to the customer, and they said ABC. I write down ABC and hand it off to my coworker who's going to pass it down the production line. So that's cool. That cost $1. Pretty simple stuff. However, if the customer said ABC and I wrote ABD and passed it along and they went to get their work done, oh, they caught the mistake. And they bring it back to me, and that's going to cost you $10 because now there's ill will, lost productivity, and there's this, well, I don't like her anyway because she made eyes at my boyfriend at the party last Saturday night, and there's all this internal anxiety going on. Stop. That just cost you $10. Now, if I talk to the customer, it's ABC, I write ABD and pass it on to you, and you don't catch it. You check mark it, it's now ABD 1, 2, 3. Now pass it on to a third person. By the time it gets to a third person, then they catch it. Now they think that you're not doing your job or don't like them or whatever, and then you got to pass it back to me. Now we got this anxiety going three ways. Now it's going to cost the company $100. Lost productivity, anxiety, ill will, bad things are happening here. If it goes down that line, you understand now it's the 1, 10, 100. We don't want to go past this. This is the unthinkable. This is the unthinkable because you have so much anxiety going on internally that you just may not be able to recover from that. The point of contact, talking to the customer, the dollar, ABC. Now, was that ABC? Yes, it was ABC. What? That took, what, 3 seconds? Somebody time me. ABC. Was that ABC? Yes, ABC. Maybe 2.5 seconds. That's fantastic. So that 2.5 seconds is the dollar, where down the road it could cost you hundreds and thousands. So the difference between badness and goodness, the difference between success or failure, the difference between all that is about 2.5 seconds. Double check. Is it ABC? Yes, it was ABC. So double check, especially if you have a long production line, if lots of people touch the paperwork, if lots of people touch that product, double check at the point of contact. And if you have to double check it again here, okay, great. Still only at the $10 level. The anxiety, if you maintain it here, you're okay. That'll be a great team or a bad team, depending upon management, but I digress. We can't even think about great customer service outside until we really get it on the inside. Until we do it inside our workplace, get it inside our fellow associates and our teammates, it all happens right here. As it extends out, no bueno, okay? Deliver great customer service to each other first. Next slide, please. We are the best judges of customer service, and we've all had great experiences, we've all had lousy experiences. And again, thinking about those great experiences, I want you to stop for a second on Facebook Live, tell yourself and talk about when you had a great customer service experience. I mean, above and beyond. Deb and I were going to Tahoe, so we were at a parking lot in North Phoenix, and I wanted to give the driver a tip, so I didn't have any small bills, so Deb gets her purse out, gives me a 10, 5, whatever it was. So I gave it to the driver, and then we got to the airport. Well, we had to show our driver's licenses. Deb's purse was in that shuttle van from the parking lot. And we're going to go to Tahoe for 5 days. It was amazing. So I ran to the street, called the guy calls in the guy. Now it's Keystone Cops. These vans are flying around the airport trying to find Deb's purse while we're trying to catch our plane. Park and fly on North 47th Street in Phoenix, by the way. It was incredible. These guys, they worked their tails off. Everybody got involved, got the purse, had a great time in Tahoe years ago. But I've told this story to probably thousands of people because of one guy took the initiative to get things done. We've all had bad experiences, okay? Sometimes the used car dealers don't count because, again, that's kind of too easy. But think about those bad experiences. And again, they can be all sorts of things that you thought went wrong. And now with social media, with Yelp and everything else, that's going to blow up in your face if you give bad customer service. Because now we're all critics. We all have smartphones, and we're going to get you. You treated me badly, or disrespected me, or made me feel bad. And that's one thing about customer service, too. It's not what you did. It's how you made me feel. It's not what you left out. It's not what you promised to do, didn't do. It's how you made me feel. That will be remembered long after the indiscretion of not getting an extra pickle or not getting an extra maraschino cherry on your banana split. It's how they made you feel. So again, think about the differences between those great customer service experiences and those bad customer service experiences and what you did with those customer service experiences, as you ultimately are the best judge of good customer service. Next slide, please. So I was in the advertising business for about 41 years, and clients would say, I don't need to advertise. I have word of mouth, which is good, and it's bad. It's good when they're telling good stories about you. In fact, it's golden. I wish I could charge for it, but you can't. When people say good things about you, they become your spokesperson. They become your soldiers of fortune, if you will, and they're going to expand your message. That's terrific if you have that. But statistics say you don't have as many as you think, or as many as you'd hope to have. But think about those bad things that you did and what people are doing on social media. These statistics got bigger. When I first started doing this, it was about 20-4. But as social media continues to expand and expand and expand even further, this number goes down and this number goes up. We don't want to be responsible for your good or bad experience. For me, my go-to for a great steak is Texas Roadhouse. Some people say it's too loud. The beer is always cold, the salad's always cold, the steak is cooked to perfection, and I always recommend that for a good steak, good night out. However, I'm not responsible for your good fortune. Suddenly it's my fault if you didn't get good customer service, or if your beer wasn't completely cold, or your salad wasn't completely cold. That's why we're reticent to give great reviews. Think about this, okay, because again, all of your customers are going to be spokespersons for you. So you control that narrative. That's where word of mouth, okay, it's bad because you can't control it. It's bad because you have no telling what they're going to say and how they're going to say it. And how many people pile on afterwards after they've said it. This is golden. If you have a lot of this, God love you. But if you don't, that's a problem. Do we have any questions out there, Tanya?
Nope, not at the moment.
Moving on. So this is the tip of the iceberg that people need to really stop and consider. How many clients just go away? You know, we used to see Joe here every couple of weeks, and Joe just didn't come by around here anymore. Where did Joe go? That's the problem, because again, we all have this churn. We're getting new clients in, and these old clients are going out. You have to have new clients coming in, or new customers, new whatevers. You have to have that pipeline coming in. But slow the churn. Where did Joe go? How those people just went away? And you don't know. Joe doesn't stop by and say, I'm leaving you because of X. Joe's not going to give you the time, effort, or the energy to tell you why. He may have given you some subtle hints. Let's say it's your dry cleaners. You know, you keep crushing my buttons on my shirt. Yeah, I know. Okay, and nothing gets done. You know, the collars just aren't quite pressed right. Yeah, I know. And they don't do anything. Then suddenly the guy goes away and they go, where did Joe go? Joe was giving you some tips. He was giving you some, because he was trying to be nice. I think we really want to be nice. But at some point in time, they vote with their dollars. And they voted you out. You're done. I'm going to find somebody else. And they just went away. And you don't know what happened. You should have. He was giving you a hint. And they just went away. How many of those people just go away and just don't tell you why until you're left to guess? Well, I got these new people coming in. No, you need those. You got to slow that churn. They just can't just go away. And you owe it to yourself to find out why Joe went away. Be thinking about that when suddenly Sheila's not here anymore. Joe's gone. Think about those folks who just go away. And if you're a business owner, it's going to cost you 11 times more money to attract that new customer as it would have cost you to keep Joe happy. Think about that. In the advertising marketing world, okay, which is huge dollars, 11 times more money to attract a new customer than it does to keep the one you have. Years ago in the advertising business, when Sears and Roebuck was a juggernaut company, catalogs like crazy, just really a huge profitable company, the gentleman was addressing the stakeholders and shareholders of Sears and Roebuck, and he said, ladies and gentlemen, I have bad news and I have worse news. The crowd was quiet. Okay, what's the bad news? The bad news is we're wasting half of our advertising dollars. What's worse than that? We don't know which half. So if you stop and think about what would cost to get new clients, this is going to go up. This number will continue to go up as we have social media, more platforms, more options, more opportunities. This number will continue to go up to gain new clients. So again, think about those that go away. It's your job to make sure that they don't. Tanya? We will continue to repeat our bad habits. We're creatures of nature. It's how we do. We have these idiosyncrasies. We have things that we do. Think about how you answer your phone. Sometimes I'll call someplace, and it kind of drives me crazy. What was that? And you know that person has got the phone under here, they're texting with this hand, typing with their toes, and Skyping at the boyfriend over here. They're not focused. They're not ready to answer the phone. Be ready to answer the phone. Turn away from your computer if need be. Flip the cell phone over. Stop typing with your toes. Okay? I love the way my team answers the phone at the Yuma County Chamber of Commerce. They stop, they slow, they enunciate. You know you've called the Yuma County Chamber of Commerce. But I have to ask people, hello, who is this? Because I don't know. Because they're speaking so fast and you know they've got the phone. I don't know what you call this thing with the phone here, but they do it a lot and they shouldn't do it. But you gotta think about those bad habits. How you answer the phone. Stop, slow down. That's money is calling. Money is calling. Yuma County Chamber of Commerce, John speaking, how can I make your day? Something where you're ready to deliver good customer service. I'm prepared, I'm ready. I'm ready to fulfill whatever it is, make your day, do whatever it is, I'm ready. Because when I am not ready doing this typing and that stuff. Emails, texts, and letters. I have probably 40 letters in my drafts in my computer. Because someone wronged me. By golly, I'm going to get my yayas out and I'm going to get them and fix them. No, I'm not going to send that. Okay, I didn't send it, which is good. I made the fatal mistake early in my career. I sent it and shouldn't have. But think about that. You have to think about your communication style. Texts, you can't tell my feeling. You can't tell what I'm thinking with my text unless it's all bold caps. It's all capital letters. Stop that part, the bold, the caps. Think about that. And again, these are all customer service pieces and parts. And you'll continue these bad habits until you stop. Take a look. What am I projecting? What am I telling the outside world about me or my company? When they quit your company, they're not going to say, well, John did it. No, they're going to say, the chamber did it. You represent this logo. You represent this company. The company's on the hook for your actions, on the hook for your deeds, what you do and don't do. But think about that. And I'm going to slow down just for a second because I'm going to stop because I'm going to make you all think about and rate your own customer service levels. Give yourself a B. Okay? What would it take to be a B plus? All right, we have a few honest people out there. They're only a C plus. Okay, great. Thank you for the honest people. C plus. All right. What's it take to be a B? Okay? Be honest with yourself. How do you deliver customer service? How good are you at it? And how consistent are you at it? So here's my recommendation. Here's my thought process for today. 2 ships, middle of the ocean, 2 ocean liners, right here. This captain turns the wheel 1 degree, just 1 degree. Just 1 degree, because again, think about all the things that you do in customer service. Just one thing, 1 degree. Where is that ship going to be? In an hour? At the end of the day? At the end of the week? At the end of the month? Just turning the wheel 1 degree. Where are you going to be if you just turn the wheel 1 degree? As it comes to how you manage your communication, how you manage your eyeball rolling that they can hear over the phone. Think about those things, okay? 1 degree. That's all it really takes. Okay? Next slide, please. This is really, really important when it comes to customer service. You know, who are you serving? Who are you serving when it comes to customer service? Again, I use this triangle in most of my presentations because it helps me compartmentalize the things that we have to do as human beings. Who are you taking care of? If you're in sales, hopefully you're taking care of yourself because you're on commission or some sort of bonus structure. You're taking care of the client because, again, they're going to feed your soul and feed your pocketbook. Or are you taking care of the company? It's really hard to excel at doing all three of these. You're going to shortchange one thing, or you won't be as good at one of those as you are the other. In my prior life in sales, for those of you that remember me from the sun, I was terrific at this. I was awesome at this, and sometimes, well, my paperwork wasn't so great. Maybe the contracts weren't so tight. Maybe the credit applications weren't filled out completely, but I was rocking and rolling. I was bringing in money and taking care of stuff, but not so good. I had to work hard at this. When we went to automated order entry system, I had to learn it. I had to get good at it. I could no longer blame someone else for it, like we sometimes do. So I've always had to work on this piece. I was really fairly good at driving revenue and making my clients pretty happy with what was going on. But sometimes I would sacrifice the company. And this happens too in the world of waitresses, okay? In that, oh, the order's messed up. Well, so I can maintain my tip, I won't charge you for that meal. How about some free pie? Maybe I'll give you something, whatever. I'm gonna sacrifice the company. I'm gonna give you stuff that I don't own to make you happy so I can keep my tip. And those of us who are in the commodities business and selling and that sort of thing, we will too often, excuse me, sacrifice the company, give away stuff we don't own so that I can keep my commission or my tip and make you happy. Oh, they love me. They're going to say great things about me. I gave away the store. Think about that. You really have to focus in on making sure the company stays profitable so they can keep you hired. I mean, thinking about the things you can and can't do to make a customer happy. You know that there's certain parameters of what you can and can't do. Follow those guidelines. Don't ever say the word policy. Don't say policy. Well, the policy is if I burn your toast, the policy is a new knife to scrape the burnt stuff off your toast. That's our policy. Well, maybe that's not a good policy. I'll get you some new toast, no problem. Okay, that is low-hanging fruit. No one got hurt here. But if you follow the policy, I don't want to hear about policy. I don't care about policy. I care about that my food is ruined. I don't care about policy, my tire is flat. I don't care about policy, this is green and I ordered brown. Don't tell me policy. You have to fix this for me. You need to know what the policy is, you know what you can and can't do. And if it's something extraordinary, then pick up the phone and find out what you can do. But again, think about, I've seen people that knew the company in and out, knew all the policies, procedures, the manuals, the works, and the client thought they were great, but they didn't make any money because the process was too slow. And they ended up not staying because they couldn't make any money because they're too busy at this level, didn't think about this for themselves. Think about that. Who are you really taking care of? Think about your blind spot. Sometimes because I love the company and this, maybe the client doesn't get all that they deserve or want or need. Think about those things within yourself, within your confines of what you do and who you do it with and for. Think about this triangle and think about what gets sacrificed. Tanya, next. Thank you. Here's a moment of truth. This is deeper than a first impression. Now, first impression is generally when you meet somebody for the first time, but a moment of truth can be your logo, your billboard. It can be your radio or TV commercial or your print ad. It can be how your van looks. It can be how your vending machines look. Those are all things that happen as a first impression or a moment of truth. They're going to make a decision about you and your company based upon their first moment of truth. that relates to customer service because they're now going to look at you and say, I'm going to get less. If they don't care about their goods and services, they don't care about the delivery processes, if they don't care about how their folks look, if they don't care about their product packaging, they're not going to care much about me. So all of a sudden, the expectation is such that they're not going to do business with you anyway. You haven't been given a chance to give good customer service. And if you have a bad moment of truth or a bad first impression, you're going to have to work overtime to overcome that first objection, if you will, that your product doesn't look as good as it should, or the impression is not what you want it to be. This is really key for you bosses out there that have marketing materials and that sort of stuff. Think about how that touches your clients and customers. That is step one of great customer service. Think about other ways that happens, other than delivery vehicles, other than your packaging materials, other than the product on the shelf, or the way that your shop looks. Sometimes the automotive folks, the waiting room is just greasy. Clean it up. Sometimes the logos on your shirts are old and faded. Fix them. These are all ways that the clients in the outside world will say, I'm going to get world-class customer service, or I'm not going to get world-class customer service. Tanya, next slide, please. How's our time? What time we got?
9:30.
9:30. All right, actually, we're going to end early. This is great. At the end of the day, there's four things that customers really want. And of course, they want their problem fixed. But here's the first thing that they want. Friendly, caring service. Let them know that you care. Let them know that that their problem is worthy of your time, effort, and energy. Let them know that they're important. Let them know that this is the most important thing you have to do today, until the next most important thing you have to do today. They're important, pleasant, courteous, helpful. Again, sometimes we don't get everything we want. Sometimes we don't get everything that we think we need. But at least at the end of the day, they can say, I got taken care of fairly, professionally, courteously, and it was all right. I didn't get a trip to Hawaii, but they fixed my tires, so I'm happy with that. But think about that. Just be friendly, caring, considerate. That's all customers really, really do want. Next slide, please. Flexibility. Look, this is back to the policy thing. The policy is if the pants you bought have one pant leg shorter than the other, I'm going to give you one free pant leg. I still don't have a pair of pants. That's the policy. So look, I'm so sorry. Grab it. Let me talk to my boss, and maybe I can get you a necktie to go with that because I feel bad she had to come back. Something lets them know that their problem to them was huge. Huge, just a pair of pants. To that customer having to come back to your store, that's a major problem. Our time, like I said at the start of this, our time is most valuable. How we spend that time is important. So going back to fixing a problem you didn't create, I'm now aggravated, might be a little agitated. So again, you want to juggle the system a little bit within the parameters of what you can and can't do. Make sure that the business is taken care of, the company is taken care of, that third piece of the triangle, but make sure that your clients know that you cared enough to say their very best. Next slide, please, Tanya. Problem resolution. Solve the problem. Look, I'm lost. Look, I think I bought this and might have been the wrong thing. Can you take it back or give me store credit? I made a mistake. Gee, I fixed my problem, even though I probably caused it. That's okay. Sometimes customers make mistakes, but they want you to resolve it. Fix it. Give them something. I'm sorry you had a bad experience. You bought this paint. It was an exterior rather than an interior. I feel bad about that. But let me do something for you. Let me make sure that it doesn't happen again. And here's a coupon for 15% off your next trip back. Okay? One, I might save you as a customer. I don't want you to go to the competitor. You made the mistake. I'll fix it within the parameters But for the hassle, here's something. Again, within the parameters of what the company says you can and can't do, but understand it's a hassle for that customer to come back a second time. Think about when you had to go back a second time, or a third time, or a fourth time. By the time you get to the third time, you're fairly agitated, and now you want something more than 15% off. You want to rip someone's arm off. But as long as you get taken care of, you're in good shape. Next slide, please. Recovery. Look, at least, and don't say, no problem. I truly am sorry you had a bad experience. And you have to mean it. No eyeball rolling. You have to really mean it, okay? Acknowledge it, fix it. Sometimes adding an extra touch, something to let them know that they're valued. And it's not just the money. While that's important, you as a customer are valued. Your time, your needs, your family's needs, your future needs. You are important. The money will come if you make me feel important. How often do you leave a store or leave a place and no one ever looked at you? No one ever said hi. No one ever said, may I help you? And then you say, yeah, they walk away. But think about your customer service experiences and how well you were treated. That will drive you to deliver better customer service. Last slide, please. We're actually early. 2 keys. The keys are people on the front line doing just a little bit extra. And what I mean by that is going back to that 1, 10, 100, 1,000 rule. The frontline person interfacing with the customer at the desk, at the counter, on the phone, doing just a little bit extra every day. Back to when I said the difference between goodness and badness, about 2.5 seconds. That's just a little bit extra. That's just a little bit extra. Double checking. Did you say ABC? Yes, I did. That's great. Or maybe it's a piece of paper that needs to be expedited. All right, Joe needs this quickly. Tell you what, hang on the phone. I'm going to walk this back to the shop. That may take, golly, 20 seconds, 25 seconds. And you talk to the shop, I get this done today. You come back, Joe, I get this done today. Again, you didn't get paid extra for that. You didn't get a customer, the Employee of the Year award. You just took care of that customer who had a problem, wanted it done right now. Just a little bit. And the second piece of that is communication. And I have this sign in my office because I have to work at this because I think I'm a pretty smart guy, and I will finish people's sentences for them, and I apologize for those in my life where I finish sentences for you. I apologize. We don't listen to understand. We listen to reply. I've got my cool response ready to go. Regardless of what you tell me, I'm not understanding the problem. I'm not understanding what your needs are. Excuse me. I'm not understanding where you're coming from. I'm not understanding your customer service needs. I just have a snappy answer. We have to understand. We have to comprehend. We have to let folks know you're important. You're everything to me until we finish our transaction. Then the next person's everything to me. Sounds a little weird, but that's how it has to be. Again, being ready to deliver great customer service. Be prepared mentally and physically when you answer the phone. Be prepared. Okay? That's pretty much it. This usually lasts an hour when there's a room full of people asking questions, but I think we finished a bit early. Think about this. If you like what you heard, tell your friends. We will do this on April 20th at 4:30 in the afternoon, so that way the folks who have to be at work right now could possibly take advantage of this in the afternoon on April the 20th. With that, you can still send in questions. You can send them to our Facebook page, Yuma Chamber. It's Yuma Chamber, Yuma County Chamber on Facebook.
Yuma County Chamber.
Yuma County Chamber of Commerce on Facebook. Give us a call, 782-2567. Email us, info@yumachamber.org. We're just trying to make sure that through this coronavirus deal, you're able to really continue to work on your business because you can't work in your business. I want to make sure that we'll all get better and get through this, okay? Thanks for listening, everybody. Bye for now. Be well.